Hello, friends! Hello, hello, hello! Today, I am in Vegas, and we're going to be talking about CES. And I'm not on my normal setup today, so if things are a little bit jank, that's why. If you're watching this on Twitch, hello, you're wonderful and I appreciate you. If you're watching this on YouTube, you're wonderful and I appreciate you too. This is basically going to be me talking about CES for a long time. And about the current CES, what it has right now, then what I've seen in the past, how this year is different, and some of the trends and a whole bunch of pictures I took while I was there. Let me see here. Okay. I don't know why I can't hear that. That's fine. Everything's fine. How is everybody? Let's taking a quick look at chat. It is good to see everybody in here who is wonderful. I am also affiliate now. You actually can, in fact, subscribe. So if you're in the mood, feel free to do so. You do not have to. I've been attending CES for a long time. I've been attending CES for, I want to say, 6 or 7 years now. Barring last year, obviously. And I've seen it go through a lot of changes. I've seen it adapt, and I've seen it's seen its focus shift throughout the years. And you can usually tell what the trends are going to be. You can usually tell what sort of new things are going to be popular in the next coming year or two. Based on some of the trends that you see, based on what's going on. What is? Twitch says my average bitrate is too high. Apparently, my stream quality is too good for Twitch to be happy about it. That's fine. Oh, for anybody who is unaware, Consumer Electronics Show, the CES Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, is one of the world's biggest tech conferences. There's a lot of new technology, a lot of new inventions, frankly. They prefer to use the word innovation now, but yeah, it's a bunch of new inventions that have been coming out that we get to see the new exciting bits about. And this is going to be a review of the cool stuff that I saw. And right now I'm going to start off right out of the gate and say, the entire South Hall... Oh, that's going to happen a lot. Okay, I'm going to need to be resizing pretty much every picture that comes in, it looks like. That's good to know. I hadn't considered this. Oh well. The South Hall is usually the most important section. The South Hall is where much of the best parts of CES take place. Unfortunately, the South Hall is completely closed off. And this is because many companies pulled out. You had Amazon pull out, you had Google pull out, you had many major players and dozens of smaller players decide that they were not going to be attending CES this year. Which is completely understandable. I totally respect it. But it is also unfortunate because it made the event a lot smaller. A lot smaller than I expected and a lot smaller than in previous years. And yes, Draco, people pulled out because of the plague. And again, I respect that. So they condensed the entire South Hall into the other areas, and it opened up with Razer. Now, Razer is an interesting company because they always have very interesting things. They always have very interesting... One moment. They always have some very interesting products of decent quality. But they never actually have anything completely top of the line. You know, they never really have a big innovation. There's never a really big thing that Razer does that stands up and says, wow, check this out. It's always little bits and pieces here and there. Small additions, small upgrades, and not bad quality stuff. Like, Razer stuff is good. Don't get me wrong on that one. It is they make some very good products. But by and large, they don't have anything truly innovative. Why? Yes. So the biggest thing that they had this year were these chairs. And, like, okay, It's a cute chair. It's not terribly impressive, but it is a cute chair. And they had another one with a better lumbar support that I apologize again. I'm going to have to be doing this the entire time. I did not have time to actually prep all these images. Otherwise, I would have... Honestly, this is the biggest thing that I saw there. This is the thing they had front and center on display. This was the most impressive bit that they had, were a couple of chairs. Which is more than a little disappointing from Razer. You'd expect them to have, like, hey, here's our new... Weren't they working on a... Yeah, last time I saw Razer, they actually had a small desktop computer. They had a small desktop computer that was a Razer branded. And I never heard about what happened to that, because it seems like that just sort of disappeared off the face of this earth. The chair, you know what? The chair was comfy. It was not impressive, but it was comfy. But the price point wasn't. They were looking for around $4.99 for that kind of chair. Which, I'll be honest with you guys, that's a little bit more than I would expect for a chair. You know? $4.99 is a little bit beyond my chair price points. I say this as somebody who has a, oh, what's that? Secret something. What's the name of that company? Heck. Yeah, I have a Secret Lab chair myself, so I have a fairly pricey chair. But not on that level, right? The 2020 chair inflation, yeah. So then, following that, I came across this. Again, I apologize. This is just going to be a thing. We're all going to have to deal with the image resizing together. We're all in that part of it, this together. This is an entire cockpit. This is a simulation setup for a cockpit. And it came with a VR headset. You can see the VR headset in the middle there. Where's my arrow? You can see the VR headset in the middle. Wait, the VR arrow needs to be on top of things. You can see the VR headset here. I did not have a chance to try on the VR headset, but it seemed like it was decent quality. The thing is that the VR headset did not actually use anything special for tracking. The VR headset itself... I don't feel bad about taking pictures of other people because everybody's wearing masks. Because everybody's wearing masks anyway, so I don't feel bad about taking photos of other people. Also, on that note, people were very civil at CES. Everybody was polite. Everybody was wearing a mask. There were no Karens. There were no anti-maskers. There were no people who were getting in the way of that. It was a professional crowd, you know? It's a crowd of people who are experts in their field. And it was refreshing to be in that sort of situation. Because, well, that's not happening a lot these days, right? But you can see here that this virtual cockpit has the headset, and it has the headset tracker is external. It's not an inside-out head track. And you can see that the component here. This takes motion capture data from the balls on the headset itself. That was a nice touch. I have to say, I like that. I'm just going to leave the arrow here. The arrow can be here. You know what? No, the arrow is me. I'm here. I'm there. That's me. It's my arrow. Now, the other interesting thing about this component is that the entire unit itself, the entire device, is all on hydraulics. Bottom up. The entire thing. Go to bed, Ollie. You're wonderful. Go to bed. The entire thing is on hydraulics. So, the entire device will pitch and yaw with the flight sim. I don't know exactly how they do it to any sort of extreme, because obviously you can't do a barrel roll in that thing, but it is very impressive to pull that data, to capture that data, translate it into hydraulics in a time-sensitive manner, right? Because flight sims are very reactionary, right? Especially in something that it's in VR. In general, in VR, if you have a delay of more than a second or two, you're not going to be having a great time. But in this situation, they were able to get that translation out very quickly. And I respect that. The headset itself, they were singing some praise about it. There we go. They were singing some praise about it. but it didn't seem like anything I hadn't seen before, right? They have crystal clear 8K resolution. That's cool. That's the same as a Pymax. Pymax came out 4 years ago, at least in beta. I think they released 3 years ago. Market leading field of view, 180 degrees. Okay, again, same as Pymax, except that Pymax actually uses a lighthouse system, so it is loom space compatible. So it seems like they're using probably the same technology that's in the Pymax, just handled differently. So yeah, not bad. Nothing that really wowed me about the headset itself, though. Next up was a chair manufacturer who makes gaming chairs, Dodashti. This chair was very comfortable. I don't know... Hello, Tori. I don't know if it was as comfortable enough to justify its price point, but it was a very comfy chair. It used a type of memory foam that they were very proud that lasted many, many years. They're like, oh, it's a foam, but it's not going to wear down. It's not going to, you know, lose its shape within a couple of years. And I'm like, okay. So it's basically mattress foam, right? Like, it's a mattress it's a memory foam mattress sort of thing. Like, well, no, not exactly, but he said it with the kind of voice that told me it was probably exactly that. Yeah, it was good quality. It was fake leather, and the foam on it seemed pleasant. Nothing terribly innovative again. You know, there's nothing here that hasn't been on the market before, that hasn't been existing in some fashion. But that's not a bad thing. It's just a solid product that I think would sell well in the right market. Then we get to InWin. I love InWin. InWin, the company, is always a delight to work with. They had some new fans, some new fan technology. CES chair. There's always a bunch of chairs, and it's good. Yeah, these fans are actually really nice. They were very quiet. Now, it's hard to tell how quiet a fan is when you're in a crowded convention hall, right? When you're in the middle of a crowded convention hall, it's very difficult to tell how loud anything is. So I did what I usually do in that situation. I touched the side of the fan with my finger and to feel the vibration, because the vibration directly translates to the sound. So when I was doing that, it felt as though the fans were not very loud. You know what I can do? Hold on, I know what I can do here. If I put this here, that went okay. Good. I fixed things. I fixed everything. My posture is wonderful. No, it's not. My back hurts so much. My flight out here was wretched. I don't need to talk about that though, but yeah. Turns out my flight wasn't so great. Alright. InWin also had a... So, there's always modular cases in some fashion, but InWin had a very impressive fully modular case. This goes straight to there. The fully modular InWin case is... I like how they made it in Lego colors. I really like how they made it in Lego colors. I thought that was a really nice touch. Because you build your case yourself. Now, if you're building a computer yourself, you obviously have the skill necessary to build your case yourself. That's not terribly outside of your skill set, right? So if you can build your computer yourself, just piecing together a case that's modular, easy. And then you can buy the exact components that you want for the modularity of the case. And you save a ton on shipping. Because the components, they ship flat. They ship, flattened down. And I took a picture of the shiny one. They have it in black as well, in the classic PC black. They had it in more neon as well. And I like this concept. Like, just as a concept, it's a very nice idea. Because you can make it whatever you want. You get that personalization. when you're building your own computer, you already have a thick layer of personalization. You already have this big layer where you can say, this is my system that I put together. And that means a lot. But this also extends that into your case itself, so that you can say, this is my case. I made the case, in a sense. Not me, you're not exactly, but in a sense, you made the case. I think this is a good idea. I think it's going to go well. I think it's going to handle itself very well. Oh, hello, Connor. It's a pleasure to see you as always. Stream's not loading fast enough. Oh, tragic. Where am I? Good. Okay. Blink. Now this, though... What? What? Wait, where'd it go? No, not over there. Over here. Oh, wait, I flipped it backwards. Eh? Oh, no, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Aw, thank you very much. So this is a mini ITX case. This thing is tiny, 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 tiny. This thing is like barely 15 centimeters across. It's portable, it's compact, but it had good airflow, and you could fit an ITX, an ITX board in there, which honestly is pretty powerful. You can get, any processor and any RAM in an ITX board. As long as you don't need a video card, this tiny case could do just about anything that you could hope for. It's small and I love it. Cheers, Connor. It'll go be on... Yes, and this will be on YouTube tomorrow, by the way. Why, did you know that if you link your Twitch Prime to if you link your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, that you can subscribe for free? I'm not going to do the whole copy pasta right now. It wants to be an esports computer when it grows up. Aww. It's so tiny, though. Do you think it would get there? I hope so. It deserves it. Can I add something to the group? Oh, okay. Sorry, just looking at... I haven't done as much stream prep because, well... the convention went until 6, and I wanted to eat before I streamed. I guess that's greedy of me. I shouldn't have eaten. Okay, so this fan is amazing. Check this out. So this fan... Actually, let me just make this big again. So this fan owns... This fan has full RGB, but it has the prism here for the processor. And the upgraded version of it, which is phenomenal. This part of the fan here... wait, put it in the group. This part of the fan here does not just cool the CPU. It cools the CPU, but it also overflows the air out. It also overflows the air out down to the sides. So effectively what it does is it cools the CPU and the... Well, it cools everything at the same time. It cools the CPU, it cools the fan. It cools the RAM, I mean. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. It looks gorgeous doing it. And if you have a case with good airflow, then this would complement the airflow of the entire system. That, I think, is very valuable. And it's not priced much higher than a regular fan, than a regular water block fan. So I think that the part of the value of this is that you're paying the same price, roughly, for a water block fan. And you're not just getting that, you're also getting the RGB color schemes. You're also getting the cool fan point over the processor, and you're also getting a fan that cools off the entire motherboard region. It cools the entire upper part of the case. That's where I think this is valuable. That's why I think this thing is going to be worthwhile, frankly. And this is also InWin. We're still at the InWin booth. InWin does good stuff. I am a big fan of InWin in general. But that was the end of the InWin booth. Next up we have this company. I don't remember who they are, actually. We'll find out together. Tomorrow, if I have time, I will try to resize things beforehand. But I just simply didn't have time. It was either don't stream tonight and organize stuff and stream tomorrow, and not be streaming during CES for tomorrow, or do it like this. And I decided to do it like this, so here we are. This is a desk case. This is a case that's built into your desk. I like the concept of this, but I've never really liked the execution of any of the other desk cases. They're always extremely pricey. Alienware was good when you were a kid? Yes. Alienware was good when it was its own company. Alienware was good up until the point that they were bought out by Dell. And then, well, now it's just Dell's gaming branch. And they aren't as good as they used to be. And this is somebody saying that as somebody who has... Actually, I do still have the shell. Who had an old Alienware laptop. It was a good quality product. And the new Alienwares are just fine. They're no different than like Lenovo gaming products or HP's gaming products. They're just fine. Yeah, desk cases are a cool concept, but the execution is always rough. The execution is always difficult because it's difficult to get into and inside of. And you have tons of lights everywhere, which do you really want that many lights on your desk? Do you really want your entire desk lit up in RGB? If the answer is yes, then go for it. Go hog, by all means. But I feel like you could just buy the LED strips and connect them through to various components and not have the very, very high price point of a desk that's designed for this concept. So I think that this itself is a good example of a desk case. I don't necessarily think that desk cases in general are going to see a lot of traction or growth. I don't necessarily think that they're going to see a lot of growth. Oh, by the way, I did tag the stream as AMA, so feel free to toss down any questions you have, either about the stuff I'm showing, or about CES in general, or about, you know, me, because I'm here. Hi. Where do we have now? Where are we going now? Yes, here we are. Wait, get this down into the group first. There we are. Jade, I'm a pro gamer. I want everything RGB colors. You know, there's an old saying that I've heard, is that everybody's first computer case is full neon RGB, bright, shining, and will keep your neighbors up at night. Everybody's second computer case is drab black. Like, people get that for their first computer case. People get that initially, and then usually they quickly decide that, you know what? No, this isn't actually as good. But enough people want that. That's still going to be there. It's still going to have a market, right? It's still going to have a market. Okay, so this thing we have here, check it out. This is a VR headset that uses a projector screen. It uses a small projector screen in the forehead area into a mirror, then into your eyes. This is a really interesting way of handling VR. Now, this particular headset was not great. I'm just going to say that right up front. This particular headset was not phenomenal because of the tracking. But they were more focused on the image quality than the tracking. They were focused on, look at the actual quality of the image. The image looked beautiful. There was no screen door effect. The 3D effect still translated nicely. And like when I say no screen door effect, I mean absolutely none whatsoever. The screen looked as smooth as looking at a monitor. And because it was a projector being bounced off of a mirror and then through a lens, not only was there no screen door effect, but there was no... I think analog anti-aliasing is how I choose to describe it. The nature of the projector aspect of it took away the concerns about the screen door effect, about the visual quality. Now, if this they have a long way to go. This is a start. This is not a final launch product. But if they take this idea and run with it, if they take this idea and push it to its extreme, I think that this could be one of the first real innovations we've had in the VR market for a while. Because, let's be honest, VR market has sort of stagnated. It's not doing poorly, but it hasn't been really innovating in the past couple of years. Yeah, the gameplay is just for whatever silly Mech Warrior clone that they had for the demo. I like the idea. I like the concept. VR is very slow. I love VR, and I think it's a fantastic medium. But the adoption rate is not going up, and it's very clear to me, at least, why. The price isn't going down. Any tech that's a couple years old, the price should be trailing off, right? The price of a 3-year-old piece of tech should be down by a good at least 40%. If you could buy a used VR headset from Generation 1 for $150, people would, and you would have more people with VR headsets, and then those people with VR headsets would be looking for new software, and then there would be more VR headsets, so they would push the software development side to put new software into the market, and then new software in the market is going to push more people to buy, and you get that beautiful positive feedback loop. You get that beautiful positive feedback loop that you have in so many other technological fields, where adoption rates spur development and innovation, which spurs more adoption rates. I got my VR headset 3 or 4 years ago. I actually want to say it was 4 years ago. Gen 1 Vive on a Black Friday sale. It's selling right now, the same one that I have. It's selling now for 20% more than I bought it 4 years ago. That's the problem with VR. VR is not going down in price like most technology of its style would be expected to. And as a result, the adoption rates are not growing. Plus the walled garden that Oculus did, that didn't help. Plus, I look forward to VR headsets getting cheaper, so that the adoption rates go up. Because that's what really needs to spur it. What do we have here? So this is interesting. So this tripod is a smart electric tripod. It functions like a dolly. It functions like a dolly that lets you control, time lapse, tracking. I think this is a really neat product. It's nothing terribly impressive. Like, it is just a dolly. It doesn't actually move, well, not a dolly, because it doesn't actually have it move on a track, but yeah, it's just a smart tripod. It's a tripod that does more things than a tripod usually does, because usually a tripod is just a stand, right? This thing can automatically track the camera around for panoramics or tracking or angles, and I believe it is programmable so that you can make the same shot twice, which is very important for special effects capturing. I like it. It's not the camera itself. This is not the camera itself. It's the tripod on for the camera. Like, they're just using a Canon. Which one is that? Whatever. They're just using a regular Canon camera, a good camera. But yeah, they're selling the tripod itself with motion tracking. Because it moves around and looks at things, you'd have a strong feeling you'd end up talking to it like, aww. Quite possibly, quite possibly. So, this here is a shoe. This is a shoe for VR. Now you might be saying, but Jade, why do you need a shoe for VR? And to which I would respond, Valid question. It has a motion sensor. It's just a standard motion sensor on the shoe. And then they programmed an API so that it connects to your to various pieces of software. I didn't actually check what software it's compatible with. And if you are walking around in the real world, it will recognize your movement and move your character move your character in whatever game you're playing. I think it's really, really simplistic, and that's what leads to its favor. Like, it's just a motion sensor, but at the same time, if you write good motion sensor code, then you can do a lot with it. Oh, and thank you, Zethnarilla. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yee. Oh yeah, so you can have ad-free viewing if you subscribe. I don't have a lot of ads. I have ads set to run like once every half hour or something like that, so... yeah. I actually want VR shoes. My feet hurt on my hard floors. Also be good for Beat Saber. That would make a lot of sense. Oh, they have a mod that adds footnotes? Oh, that makes so much sense. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, and the next, everybody who's subbed right now and the next 7 all get Founders Badges, by the way. So, that's cool. So yeah, VR shoes. Like, it's simple. It makes sense. Why not? Why not make some VR shoes? I've seen expensive VR shoes that actually have, you know, foot trackers, but like, no. This is super cheap. This is a super cheap and efficient option. And I genuinely respect that. Where'd it go? But where'd it go, though? Hello? It went away. Why does it disappear when I put it down there? Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, that's being weird. Okay, well, we're just gonna do it this way then. No, we're not, apparently. Apparently this doesn't not like me. Okay. We're gonna do it this way then. Okay, it worked this time. Here we have a binaural audio recording device. If you look at this picture here, you can actually see inside the ear shape here. This is binaural audio. You like the emotes? The binaural audio recording is something that's incredible. If you've ever listened to an actual binaural audio recording, it makes a massive difference. It really does. And having a binaural audio recording device like this will make that a lot easier to mass produce. The earpieces here actually can be pulled in and retracted, and the entire thing is only about 10 centimeters across. Which is not bad, right? It's very small, very compact, very portable. So you can pack it in with your equipment if you're going out to do recording online, or if you're out in the wild. And I can see a lot of use of this for sound engineers. I can see a lot of value in that product. Let's see here. Ah, yes. Can I do this now? Nope, it still goes away. Okay, that group doesn't work. The group actually just curses the image. Once I put an image in the group, it just goes away. Forever. Eternally. Never to be found again, alas. I'll go to bed. So this is... it's a motion controller. It's a controller on your wrist that tracks what direction you're moving your wrist, and you can flick your wrist to make it do certain actions. This gentleman was showing it off on a little program that let him flick around a little baton. Nothing terribly impressive, nothing terribly... Frankly, nothing terribly exciting, but there's nothing wrong with it either. It's just a really simple motion capture. Yeah, the additional gestures are a good idea, and what I thought was interesting is that it actually tracks your tendons. It actually tracks the tendons underneath the skin. It finds and recognizes when they're being tensed. And when you move your tendons around, it can sense the angle and the direction of your hand. Which is a really cool concept. I like the idea of it. I don't know... It didn't feel like it was as responsive enough. It didn't feel like it reacted quickly enough. But at the same time, it seemed good. It seemed good as a concept, as a proof of concept to show that it was a thing that worked. You know what I mean? It's a thing that worked, and that's important. It's important for these types of motion controls. But yeah. Actually, there's one coming up. It's very important for motor control issue individuals. But it's also the first part of tonight's drinking game, so we'll get to that in just a moment. Oh, give me a one tick here. What have we here? No, go. Hold on for one brief moment as I grab a thing. I realize I don't actually have VLC on this computer, and I took a couple of short videos that need to verify working before I show them. So I'm going to very quickly download VLC so that I can screen this before I put it up. Make sure that somebody's not, like, in the background reading off their social security number or something, you know what I mean? There we go. In the meantime, feel free to toss any questions or such that you have. What is my social security number? It's 4. I'm quite old, so I actually got in really early, so it's just 4. I was an early adopter. Okay, it's being weird. Did it have anything exploding? Am I here? Are you here? Can anyone see me? There we go. There we go. This,
Push it a bit wrong. They're all wrong in the back.
Sorry about the volume. That's... okay.
Close up with the product. Push it a bit.
You can see here,
They're all wrong in the back.
he's controlling, where's my screen? Ah, beans.
But using this kind of biosignal.
You can see how he's controlling this here.
Close up with the product.
Very neat little product. I wonder where it will go. I wonder if it'll actually be useful, but I think that the fact that it exists is very nice. Next up, we have a similar take on the same concept. Next up is a very similar take on the same idea, And this is the first part of tonight's drinking game. Take a drink anytime a company says Metaverse. Don't actually do this, you will die. Your liver is not up for that challenge. Your liver will absolutely fail you at some point during this process. This, okay, first of all, setting the input standard for the Metaverse is just an absolutely pretentious line, right? Like, that's the worst. And second of all, the input standard is motion control that barely worked with a game of Snake that the guy had in his phone. Here it is here. Now, is there anything wrong with it? Is it bad? No, I guess not. But it actually does something really awesome. So this actually tracks the neural pathways. The other one tracked the tendon, right? This one tracks the neural pathways of your hand. By tracking the neural pathways on your hand, this works for people without a hand. This works for people who have lost digits. If you are in VR and you have this product and you do not have a hand, you can, in theory, control your hand as if it were still there. Because it recognizes the brain's impulses and the nerves that are being sent down. That's incredible. That, like, just the accessibility of that is staggering, right? Like, that's amazing. Do I think it actually does that? And do I think that would work in a meaningful way? I don't. Maybe. I guess it could. I don't actually think so, but like maybe. Sec. There we go. There we go. And here's the device itself. The guy's name was Barry. I guess I doxed him. But here's the device itself. It seems very interesting. I don't know that it's actually going to be as good as he claims that it is. But I like the fact that it exists, and I think that it will have a place somewhere. If nothing else, then just for the accessibility side, right? Alright, next up, we have another neat product. This is a gaming chair. It's cool to live in the future, yeah, right? This is the future. This is what we got. We have this instead of cybernetic cattails, or whatever other cyberpunk thing you could think of. So here is a chair that has full hydraulic support, similar to the other chair that we saw earlier, that in the flight sim rig. Still wondering where your Y2K flying. Hey, George Jetson is supposed to be born this year. It's 2022. That's the year that George Jetson was born. So what this is it's a chair connected to a hydraulic system. So if you're playing a flight sim, if you're playing a driving game, if you're playing anything, I suppose, it will let you turn and let your chair move with you to increase the immersion and the feedback. Cool idea. It's been around. I mean, I remember being on rides like that all the way back in the 80s. All the way back very long time ago. It's good. It's cool. It's solid. I think it's a good product. I have no complaints about it. I just don't know how convinced I am that it's going to be worthwhile for the consumer side of things. You know what I mean? Yeah, like those seats and rides from the old theme parks. Exactly. It's exactly that. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's a cool idea. I just don't know... Like, and the technology's been around long enough and refined enough that I don't know who the target market is. Like, who is going to actually be buying this, right? Is that... I guess it's a flight sim enthusiast is probably the pick. Like, the pick is probably a flight sim enthusiast who's looking to get more immersion. But for the flight sim enthusiasts, you're probably going to get the fully immersive VR cockpit that we saw before, rather than this. So while it's a neat idea, while I'm genuinely glad that it exists, I don't know how much of a future it has. Beans, it went away. There we go. So this is a Tact Glove. This is a haptic feedback system. You put this on and run the software, and it will give you locational sensory feedback. You ever play Monster Hunter and say, "Wow, I wish Anjanath could punch me and actually kill me"? This is what they're working on. This is what they're working on. This is the future. This is the future. Yeah, it gives you locational, tactile, haptic feedback in the form of vibrations and yeah, that sort of feeling. I genuinely think this is very neat. I think that this could go far if they push this to this logical conclusion. I was thinking, man, I want to pet that Mizitsune, but I think, yeah, it doesn't have that. It doesn't have haptic feedback in the sense that when you get physical resistance, where if you were touching something, you can feel the object there. Though they do have some stuff like that lets you feel textures. That's not what this is. This is giving you vibration and feedback and notifications that on your body for additional immersion. Which is also a cool idea as well. And then there's this. Why is this here? I don't know. What does this have? What new innovations are there in old arcade cabinets? I have no idea. There is a bit of a trend of CES of people just going there to sell their product. You know, it's supposed to be a place for the newest innovation, the brightest tech news, the shining minds, the beautiful inventions that have come out this year. I don't think that a Sega Retrocade cabinet is any of that. This is just a licensed game on a cabinet. It's cool. There's literally nothing wrong with it. I don't actually begrudge them presenting at CES. But it feels out of place, right? It feels out of place, like with these, you know, new technologies, with these haptic feedbacks, with the, you know, with these beautiful cases, and then you just have an old arcade cabinet. I don't quite get it. I don't understand entirely. I don't see what they want it to get him here. That's very Iggy. The real immersion. Yeah. Very out of place, but like I don't hate it, you know? I get it. I get it. Here we have another simulation system, this time for driving games. This is a rig setup. It also has, I believe it does have hydraulics in the seat as well. And it gives you motion feedback while playing a racing game. Now, it's a somewhat limited target audience, because it's only going to be targeting people who like racing games, right? Like, that's what it's about. But that's fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't know, it's fine, I think, is the best word I have for it. There's nothing inherently wrong with it, but I have seen these at every CES since the first one I've been at. I like it. I think it's very neat. And if you love racing games enough that and have a budget where this is in your budget, by all means, go for it. This will make you feel much more immersed in your racing game. I don't care as much enough about racing games to give it a whole lot more feedback, but I do care about this. I do care about this. Look at this. Look at these beans. These are incredible. These are adorable. There's nothing I don't love about these. Yeah, they're just controllers. Like, they are just controllers, but, like, this is a Switch controller. It's not a case for the Switch controllers, which I thought it initially was. It's not just a case that you put your Switch controllers in. This is a frame that actually has new controllers embedded in here, with a USB-C charging, so you can externally charge it as opposed to the dock. But you can also take it out and connect it directly to your Switch as well. So it both has the regular controller aspect, where you can connect it to the Switch and charge, or you can charge it manually with a fast charge, which honestly, cool. Like having a fast charger for a Switch, great. The little Panda Bear Xbox style controllers, an absolute delight. I don't have a picture of the one the guy was controlling, but like which was a pastel print. But I think the real winner here is these Switch controllers. And they're priced reasonably. They are actually priced... Yeah, the ears are the buttons. That is correct. The ears themselves are actually R1. Like, the R1 button is the ears. And R2 is the normal trigger below the ears. But the ears themselves are the normal bumpers. This is incredible. This is beautiful. This is amazing. I love it. Maybe the sticks don't drift. Honestly, yeah. This is made by a third party. This is not made by Nintendo. So I would actually say there is a very good chance that they're using different parts, right? They're using different parts so that they're probably not going to drift. Although I will say, if you're getting Joy-Con drift, you can buy a new... What's it called? You can buy a new joystick. Unscrew the Switch Joy-Con and replace it. I did that myself, and it was very easy. It was not difficult. If you've ever worked inside of a computer or a laptop, you have the skill to do it. So, just food for thought. That is an option for you. They do have more colors. This is what they had on display, though. Pop, 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 pop. So, this is a chessboard. Okay, cool. Chessboard. Sure, why not? The chessboard has magnets underneath it that will move the other player's piece. So if you're playing against the computer, it actually moves the pieces around and tracks where all the pieces are. Okay, that's very cool. If the chessboard gets knocked over, it keeps a save state of where things were beforehand. Okay, that's awesome. You can play with somebody anywhere in the world. You can play with somebody anywhere in the world, and their pieces will move on your board when they make their move. And there is absolutely a big enough audience for chess for this to make a lot of waves, for this to be doing a lot of things. I think that this is an excellent product. I genuinely do. It's not... I don't know. It's really cool. Social distance chess. Yeah, exactly. It's... Yeah, anywhere in the world you can play with somebody else and not have to do it digitally. Because there is something to be said for actually having the pieces on the board. There is something to be said for actually moving the pieces around in meat space, in the physical world. Especially for a game like chess, where being able to walk around the board and look at things from different angles can help you devise different strategies. The idea behind this, I think, is excellent. Seems like a great product. Alright, time to drink. Okay, chat. Okay, chat. Talk to me here. What do you think that they're doing? I want you to tell me what this company does. Okay? Okay. Save your real space into the metaverse. Meeting and lecture room. Event hall and shopping mall. Gallery and museum. Memorial and historical centers. Cemetery? Hotel and resort. Sippy. Okay, you have 2 guesses. Lay it on me. Yeah, literally what they're doing. Hold on. I'll let another guess or 2 roll in. So most of you got it in 1. This is literally just taking a LiDAR map of an area, translating it into a 3D model, and then taking photogrammy images of the area and mapping those into textures. This is not new. This is this thing that's been around for, I mean, honestly, a real long time. And this is the example they had. This is their example. This is the example that they were proud enough to show on display. The chairs look like they're just 3D images, right? That's it. This is what they do. Wait, no. This is what they do. Like, okay, that is not as impressive as you seem to think it is. It's fine. You definitely hit the Metaverse line. But you decided to show off a bland hall. Like, yeah, you could 3D model at that. Exactly. And then you could photogram me the textures. And the thing is that they photogrammed some of the textures and then Blender brushed some of the others. Like, the chairs are not photogrammed textured chairs. They're just chairs. Like, they're just 3D model chairs, not even impressive ones. So, this is just trying to take a company that uses a LiDAR photogramming mixture to create a 3D FBX file of an area and shove the name Metaverse on it. Okay, sure, why not? You're a Metaverse thing now, I guess. You can be Metaverse stuff. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But what if, okay, chat, here. Ready? But what if somebody can open your XR metaverse? Yeah, I bet you hadn't considered that one. I bet you had not considered what would happen if somebody was going to open your XR metaverse. It's just AR glasses. This is just an AR goggle. Like, you can see it right here. They're just AR glasses from 4 years ago. There's nothing new here. There's nothing exciting. You're just using the metaverse because it's a buzzword. That's it. They don't have a... They don't... okay. Oh, it's fine. It's... Metaverse. Is that? No. Ah, yes. I know there's at least someone in chat who has a relevancy to this. Ah. I'm not pivoting it. It's not. VR sickness is over. These go inside of your VR headset, in your peripheral vision, in the very side of your vision, and they give your brain an anchor point. When you turn your head, the pattern of lights turns with your head and moves to give you a sense of location, which is what can cause people to have VR sickness. I always call it vertigo, because VR, vertigo, VR. I think I'm clever, but I've heard it called that by myself, and this is supposed to cure that. I like it. I like it, and it definitely has a target market. And they actually are coming to launch this year. They're going to be launching within a couple months. It's... I need to look up the... I thought I put a picture of the actual company name, and it looks like I didn't, and I'm sorry about that. But yeah, VR sickness adjusting goggles. I think that's fantastic for people who need it, because there are a lot of people who cannot use VR, which is tragic, because VR is awesome. Second here. Then we have Micronomics. I think it's called Micronomics. Yeah, Micronomics. So a common staple of CES are companies that are making products overseas looking for somebody to help them sell in America. People who are already making products selling overseas who want an American distribution system so that people can buy over here. And then, ideally, well, yeah, like, it's something that's going to cover all of North America. Yeah, I mean, it's great. This particular company had a waterproof keyboard, which genuinely looked pretty fantastic, that I honestly want to find one for myself, that I think has a really good target market for people who have a laptop and use it in, you know, like, in a wet area, like, it's a bathtub, hot springs, pool... I think that there is a market for that. And like you might be thinking, wow, how posh do you have to be to have a pool and a computer and a laptop by the pool? And it's like, well, if you're posh enough to have that, you're posh enough to buy the product. That's the way I see it. The target market sells itself. It sells to itself. But it's a staple of CES for various companies from Shenzhen, from other countries, from France, to say, hey, we've been selling locally. We've been selling locally here for 3 years. Our company's been around and stable for 10 years. We've been doing this in Europe for the past decade. We've been, doing this. But we don't have any presence in North America. And that's what they're here for. They're here to say, hey, we're looking for buyers and distributors. And I'm not going to show all of them. I'm just going to show the ones that I found particularly interesting, because there is a significant portion of them. Like this company here, who made all of their products in Mexico. Apparently this is a fairly big company in Mexico. And they, honestly, I'm kind of impressed. They make the mouse, they make the mouse pad, they make the keyboard, they make the desk that keyboard's on. I think they make the monitor. They definitely made the condenser, the microphone. This controller controls the RGB of the desk itself. Like, and they make the webcam here, which is 1080p webcam. It's like, okay, that's a lot of peripherals. That's a lot of products. You have a pretty big, you have a pretty big setup. You have a lot of systems here. I respect it. But they're looking for somebody to sell in North America. And honestly, yeah, I hope they find it, because some of these parts look good. Some of these parts just look good. Oh yeah, they made the chair too. They made this chair too, which is honestly pretty cool. The reason it's not actually Christmas colors, it's these are all LED strips. So these are all pulsing LED strips that pair and match with the LED strips in the desk, and that's kind of cool. That's awesome. Now LEDs don't make a chair more comfortable or help the ergonomics, but the chair looks fine ergonomically, right? Like it looks serviceable. So you can get a robo chair, RGB chair. Like, yeah, seems comfy, seems good, seems solid. No complaints. I hope they get it. I hope that they start selling in North America. I hope they get a distributor. Now, this is something that you also see once in a while. This is an arcade setup. This is an arcade setup designed to take tokens, or well, not tokens, but most arcades don't actually use tokens anymore, but to use to take cards. The actual headset block here swings down when not in use, and swings up. And then that shows on screen what's going on, so that everybody behind can get hype and get excited, to sell it to other people who are in the audience. Oh yeah, the Las Vegas Convention Center actually does have gender-neutral bathrooms, which I appreciated. And I think that this product is a very cool idea. It allows a VR experience in an arcade setting, and an arcade setting is a good place for people to try out VR. So I think this is actually going to go very well. I've seen similar things already, and I like them. Battery-powered RGB chair with Bluetooth controller. Yeah. VR arcade setup. That's a good way to spread pink eye. They have disposable headset masks, I guess is the way of phrasing it. They have a disposable cover that you can put on that's made of the same material as the cloth masks, and so that there's a barrier between your face and the product. It's assuming it's cleaned, assuming it's actually wiped down every 4 hours or so, and in generalized pooping stations, exactly. As long as it's wiped down every 4 hours or so, I don't think it's actually that much of a contagion vector. Current situation notwithstanding. Look, other than... Okay. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, wait, there you go. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I took this picture initially for the memes. I took this picture because I wanted to have a picture of OWO technology. Like, this right here was me going, oh? OWO? Sensation technology? What's this? Like, this is... I took the picture for the memes. And then I started talking to the guy, and he has a really cool product. It's, first of all, he has APIs for Unity, Unreal, Godot, and neutral APIs for C++ and C#. So, like, right out of the gate, awesome. What this is it uses electrical pulses to stimulate your muscles. This has, like, patches, EKG muscle connection patches. This unit, the guy described it, is that if you get shot in a game, you can feel the muscle tense around the bullet wound and the exit wound, and feel like you won't actually feel the pain, but you'll feel the sensation of your muscle reacting involuntarily to being shot. If you are playing a game and you get, a knife in you, it will tense the muscle, and then it will rotate the muscle as if a knife is turned, so that you can feel the rotation of that. I imagine there's other applications that are less violent as well, but like, this is actually a really cool concept. Like, that's bloody brilliant. The unit has these patches here which connect and stimulate the muscles directly. And you're right, you are correct. That could be dangerous to somebody if somebody uses it who cannot medically handle it. That's going to be a threat, and to be honest, it's going to be a threat with anything. You can't not make a product because somebody can't use it, It's good to be accessible to as many people as you can, but it's also good to make something unique and interesting for the people who can use it. I agree that it can be dangerous to certain people. I don't deny that for a moment. But I also think that I'm glad that it exists. I'm very glad that it exists. Yeah, I took the picture for the memes, talked to the guy, and was like, holy cow, this actually rules. Now, this next picture is one of the things I hate in CES. This is a bunch of massage chairs. The thing is, there's no technology here that hasn't existed since, like... What was that store? What was that store in the mall that always had a massage chair out front? the really posh pseudo-electronics store that sold a bunch of Sky Mall stuff. You know the one I'm talking about? It started with a B. Was it Brookfield? No. Maybe. I don't know. This has been around for, 30 years. There's nothing too exciting about this. And here's my problem, though. My problem here is that they're not actually selling... They're not actually looking for people to sell their product. They're looking for people to buy the product. They just know that there's a lot of executives who would go to CES. They know there's a lot of people who with deep wallets who go to CES. And they're here to sell directly to people. If you go to these people, you're not looking with them to find a sales audience for a product for your company. You're looking to buy that product from them. I don't like that. That's not what CES is for in my eyes. It's for, I don't know. I don't think this is as interesting. It does look comfy. They're actually quite pleasant. But I feel like they're missing the point of why I value CES. I value CES for the innovation. I value CES for the new components and exciting stuff that goes on. And this is just selling to, this is just selling chairs. Now, I'm not going to show you guys a lot of these pictures. Because again, CES is a tech conference. Not everything here is for consumers. Not everything here is for selling. This is a CD maker. This burns 5 CDs simultaneously and burns hundreds of them at a time. You can queue up like, what was it, like over 1,000 discs? Now, why would I be upset at still selling chairs at a chair convention? How dare you? Look, okay. So I'm just want you to know, I took a few pictures of them, but I just want you guys to recognize that there are a lot of things in here that are for the industrial side, There's a lot of components in here that are not actually for an individual to purchase. So I just want to show off a couple of them because this one I thought looked kind of cool. But yeah, CDs are still being used in many ways. Yeah, most computers don't even have CD drives, but that's not true of corporate computers in the business world. In the business sector, CDs are still perfectly valid. And honestly, if you are backing up data for long-term storage, CDs are a good way of doing that. CDs are a very cost-effective way of backing up data for long-term storage. So, guess what? You're not going to use tape drives as much because tape drives degrade over time. And these still work. And yeah, it's a low-scale mass production setup, and they had a high-scale one next to it. I didn't take a picture of it, but they have another one next to it that can burn 15 discs simultaneously. Imagine, and yeah, this is not for the end user. This is not for you or me. This is for somebody who needs to burn 6,000 discs. But if somebody needs to burn 6,000 discs, they need to burn 6,000 discs. You know what? That's totally fair. Here's a car, I guess. Look, I think that there's a very cool vehicle here. I think that there's a very interesting and sleek design here. Hold on, I have a better picture, though. I have a better picture. So... wait. Okay, so I want you to take a look at this. Look at this scooter. Isn't that a cool scooter? Like, that scooter is pretty awesome. It has 100 kilometers worth of battery charge in it. It can go 30. I think you said 30 kilometers an hour, which is a pretty good way of moving. That's pretty swift, honestly. I like it. It's a cool design. And there's a car up there, I guess. But like, no, I'm here for this part. I don't like cars. I'm not a car driver. I use a motorcycle. So, for me, cars have never been important. If I'm going somewhere that I need to move stuff, okay, that might have to use a car or borrow someone's or something like that. If I'm going somewhere for fun, I'm on a motorcycle. So cars to me are just purely utilitarian. I don't see the value of a big fancy car, but a lot of people do. So, and I respect it. So here's a picture of a cool car, I guess. Big fancy car. There's a booth. Let's play. Great for gaming. It's the chair. It's a little chair. Check out that chair. It's just a little chair with a sound, with a speaker in the back. Very cool. Very simple, very cool. Scoot, scoot. It's a floor rocker. Exactly. Yeah. Not terribly new, honestly. And like the dude's just playing on an Xbox, so that, that's like no, they're selling a different design floor rocker with a better, I guess, better ergonomics and better speaker system, I guess. They're perfectly fine little chairs. If you enjoy sitting on the floor, if you enjoy sitting, on the ground like that, by all means, floor rockers are very comfortable and valid. Nothing in the world wrong with them, and they still make new ones, and they still make new versions of them. Banana chairs? That makes sense. Alright, what do we have here? Oh, yeah. Just for the record, there's a number of booths like this as well. This is just a chipset manufacturer that sells telematics controls and integrations for GPS monitoring of various devices. That's cool. It's good, it's valid, and it's very important, and this is the kind of thing that many people come to CES for, is this sort of technology for integration to be used in other devices. I mean, I can't buy anything from here. I can't do anything with this. But it's nice to see it. It's very cool. It's a good integration piece. And then there's this, which is a bunch of smart tech for a car. It's a blind spot detection, a start mirror with a widescreen display, another blind tech detection with a visual alert sensor, backup camera, the bumper blind spots with LiDAR. Just showing all the stuff that their technology does within the car sphere, within the car, I don't know. They do in car stuff. Every once in a while, there's a company that's behind the trend. This company here looks like CES from about 3 years ago. Because that's when these headphones, these little earbuds, and the pulsing massage guns were super popular. This company is like, hey, they're still valid, we still sell them, we still make them. You want some? They lack the innovation and excitement of some of the newer parts and products, but they lower the cost, they do some innovations to the design and streamline it. I actually think that their ANC pieces actually look quite good. Like, that's actually a really cool design for tiny little device. Seems fine for me. I like it. I think that looks cool as heck for little gaming earbuds. So yeah, just iterations on older tech that work quite well. Massage tool, yeah. I think that the massage gun is pretty neat. Wait. Nah. It's the pulsing massage gun, which is supposed to give you more of a deep tissue style thing where it pulses into your muscle, which I think is a good way of handling it. I haven't used one myself, but I've heard good things. Well, no, I have used one shortly, but not like for a full massage session, but someone demoed it on my shoulder, which actually felt quite good. I wish someone would demo it on my shoulder right now, because my shoulder is feeling really bad. A lot of people use those at the ninja gyms you've been to. Oh, yeah, okay. That makes a lot of sense. So this company makes waterproof cases. Waterproof phone cases, iPad cases, and stuff like that. And they literally just had a acrylic aquarium that they had these things dumped into and said, hey, check out how well this works. I respect it. I genuinely do respect it. And I was very impressed to see the zipper design. The zipper comes up and locks in place in a very unique way. And a waterproof zipper is not an easy thing to make. When you bring it up, it latches into this little nook here and seals. It actually creates a ring seal around the zipper. And that's fantastic. Like, that's a very precise layout. Look, I just found this funny. The concession stand put the condiments in an unused booth. So it looks like there's a booth that just has condiments. And that's funny to me, okay? That's just funny to me. So look, I just had to take a picture of it. Don't worry about it. It's high-tech condiments. They're smart condiments. They're condiments for the metaverse. They're metaverse condiments. Ah, blockchain condiments. Let's go. Gosh. Can you pay with Ethereum? You know what? We're gonna get there. We are gonna get to the blockchain section because, oh boy, oh boy. But yeah, here's another company that's selling products. In where are these people actually based out of? Shenzhen. So they're selling products out of China. They're like, hey, we already have a product line of 50 different products. We already have everything from mics to headphones to keyboards to mice. We already have a full product line, okay? Just give us a distributor. Like, they're just looking for somebody to let them sell in North America. And yeah, I hope they get it because again, these look good. These look perfectly good, and you can buy these on AliExpress right now and get them imported. But they're looking for somebody who will sell on Amazon. They're looking for somebody who will sell on, you know, in a Best Buy or whatever. Kids and their space sauces. Let's see, what have we next? What have we coming up here? Oh, this was fun. There's an old adage that anytime you see a rhetorical question in an advertisement, just assume the answer is no. This right here was a guy unironically claiming that, and I'll read it off all of these. That's claiming that cell phones and 5G networks can cause infertility, cell damage mutation, tumors, sleep disturbance, electromagnetic hypersensitivity syndrome, which does not exist. That is not a thing that exists. Electromagnetic hypersensitivity is not actually a thing. Skin disorders, tinnitus, oxidative stress, anxiety, irritability, depression, impaired focus and concentration. These are all just, like, half of these are just symptoms of capitalism. The other half of them are symptoms of living in the modern era. Like, no, this is not caused by cell phones. This is caused... No, nobody. What he was selling was a panel that you put over your phone so that your phone signal doesn't go through your body. You put it onto the front of your phone case so that the electromagnetic field goes out the back of your phone and not into your head. And I actually overheard the guy talking and saying, have you ever wondered why there's so many cases of children with brain cancer these days? Why, that didn't happen 20 years ago. And like, buddy, this ain't it, Chief. This ain't it. Like, oh my goodness. Look, I have anxiety and a cell phone. Coincidence? Yeah, seriously. I'm fine. You're fine. But yeah. Oh, is this the actual... No, okay. Okay, so this next one has a cute story. This next one is adorable. Are you guys ready for cute? Because it's cute hours now. So this is a cell phone stand. This right here is a stand for you to put your cell phone on to hold it up. It has an internal battery charger. It has a charging port on the back, and it has an extra compartment inside of it that you can use to store headphones and stuff. It comes in a couple of different styles and such. And the first one that was made by this guy's daughter, who was whining about not having a way to hands-free prop up her phone. So she made one out of 3 toilet paper rolls. She made her own little stand, and her dad was like, wait a minute, that design's actually really good. And he still has the original toilet paper roll and scotch tape version. And he started working with it, found ways to make it work, added a couple of features like these here, and went to production and found someone to injection mold him a stand. And it's like, that's adorable. It has 2 sides, one for an iPad and one for a cell phone. It's called the iCaddy, and like I love it. I genuinely just want to support it. Like, it's so wholesome. The dude was so kind. 10 out of 10. Do recommend. Absolutely brilliant. Now, I saw this, and I thought they were taking the piss. I saw this and assumed that it was a joke. Like, I've seen it before. A couple years ago, someone came in with a potato and called it a blockchain potato and said this is a potato that functions on the blockchain. And it was literally an art installation. It was a guy doing that as a little art piece. A couple years, while back, I think they actually stopped people from doing this, but a Netflix show came in and pretended to be presenting technology that didn't actually exist in order to drum up hype for their sci-fi drama with whatever stuff. So I thought this was someone else taking the piss. I thought that their goal of biodegradable phone cases that makes your plastic products seem more alive and unique and with a distinct scent, I thought that they were joking. I thought that they were joking. I was wrong. They were not joking. They, in fact, make scratch and sniff phone cases that hold a scent for 6 months. They, in fact, make biodegradable bubblegum and bright orange flavor, smelled. I assume flavored. I did not lick it. I have to assume if it smells this good, that it has to be flavored too. Like, I hope. I hope this is flavored. I'm not gonna lick it. I'm not gonna buy one. I'm not gonna lick it. You can, okay, if I get 500 subscribers, maybe I'll buy one and lick it. I can't promise it, though. But, like, it's kind of cool, actually. It's actually kind of neat. Like, this is just straight up a phone case that smells cool. And I wouldn't want the vibrant smell of bubblegum or citrus in my pocket. But real talk, if they made one that smelled like spruce, if they made a cedar scented one that gave you just a little hint of cedar in your that, I'd buy it. I genuinely would buy it and lick it. Like, it's actually kind of cool. It's actually pretty neat. It's silly. I know it's silly. I know it's wild. I know it's just absolutely weird, but I kind of love it at the same time. Oh, these are cute. These are speakers. Whatever makes me happy, it does make me happy. It kind of fills me with joy. These are rock speakers, and I'm here for them. They're just rock speakers. That's all there is to it. It's a speaker set that are shaped like rocks that are designed for outdoor installation use that blend in with the terrain and provide all-weather audio. Sure. Yeah, no, that's great. I think that's fantastic. If I had a use for that, I would love it. Like, there's not a whole lot to say about them. Like, they're speakers, but like, they're nice speakers, right? There's something. Ah, yes. Wait, where am I? There we go. So. These are headphones. They're kind of cute. They're kind of stylish. I was talking with them. The basic line one is just a headphone. I'm like, okay, sure. It's just a headphone. I can dig it. I respect it. It's just a headphone. The upgraded one has Alexa installed. It's like, okay. I personally would actually pay more to have Alexa not installed, but I guess that's a choice. You could do it. And the high-end one on the right actually has 64 gigs of onboard data storage. So it basically is an MP3 player that is its own headphone. That's kind of a cool idea. And they required you to use the app. For basically all of them, you had to have their own proprietary app installed to access your music that you put on the device. And that's where I basically turned heel and said, nah, I'm out. Because I don't want to rely on another person's app. Maybe I'm old, maybe I'm dumb, but when I would rather have a product that didn't require using somebody else's... I'm clipping if I do that. See, I'm just going to have to move myself down a bit so that I don't clip as much as I clip. Wait. Yeah, from here. Here's my clipping point. There we go. There we go. And rescale here. Good. Okay. It's my first time actually streaming on this laptop. Yeah, it's as soon as they said, hey, look, check it out. You have to install the app. I'm like, hey, check it out. I'm not going to do that. Am I still clipping out? I am still clipping out. Means. There. As soon as they said that, like, all right, I'm out. That's not what I want to be doing. Cheers, then. Product seems fine. Quality seems fine. Build quality. Not the feature set. Not the feature set for me. I am not the intended audience for that product, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Oh, so this is kind of cool. KTC, which, what did they say it was? I forget what it was supposed to be an acronym for. Like, Killer Technology something, I don't know. This was actually interesting because they made the products for other companies. They actually made the products for... Who was it? I don't remember who. They actually made Acer, I think, was one of them. They made monitors for other companies. And they kind of branched off and said, you know what? We're just going to make our own now. We're just going to make monitors and sell them under our own brand because we've been making quality monitors for enough time now that we don't need to be selling them to other people. And I actually really respect that. That's actually pretty awesome. You know what? So this company is selling streaming equipment, basically. They're selling... They sell mostly high-end recording studio equipment, and now they're working into selling things for creators. An audio interface to convert an XLR mic into a non-XLR mic, a condenser microphone that's a USB, dual pattern, and this other one, which is a studio condenser, which is what I'm actually the kind that I'm on right now. I'm on Audio Technica right now. I use a Shure when I'm in my normal cave. And I like the idea behind this. It's like they are good at making high-end equipment, and they are making high-end equipment, but instead of making it at a price point that's only designed for studio budgets, they're making it at a price point that can be sold to consumers while keeping as much quality as they can. But because they're coming at it from the angle of already making professional grade stuff, instead of coming at it from the angle of previously making, cheaper stuff, they're going about it in a better way. They're going about it in a way that's going to be better, well, for me at least, and is going to be more effective for many consumers. Because when you take a lower quality product and you make a higher grade version of it, in my experience, that doesn't end up as good as when you make a professional grade product and then you scale it down to consumer level. In my experience, that direction leads you to have better products. Consumer expectations should be much higher. They also make some mic arms, and I took a picture of this one because I unironically want to buy it for myself. I need a new mic arm. Subscribe now to help get me a new mic arm. You know what we need? You know what we need? A wearable mouse on your finger. This is not the mouse they're selling. This is the mouse they're selling. What we need right now is a finger mouse. I don't know why they call this 3D. I really don't. But I want you right now, everybody who's at your computer, I want you to touch your mouse pad and rub your index finger around on it. Wouldn't you rather be doing that than using your mouse? Wouldn't that be so much more comfortable? Wouldn't that really be the optimal way to control your computer? By rubbing your mouse pad and just twirling your finger around your mouse pad? Clearly that's the optimal way. No, not really. Here's the guys. Oh my gosh, Steph. That's amazing. Oh, so yeah, this product, that's what they're selling. I love it. There's also a drone institute. Here's some of their drones. They actually have college-style classes where they teach people how to fly drones. Not, I'm going to go outside fly a drone like a kite, but hey, I'm going to become a professional drone operator, and I need some, I need some professional training on it. That's cool. That's very neat. This was Sonoran Desert Institute School of Unmanned Technology. Training drone piloting, unmanned systems engineering, aviation management, flight simulation, UAS, project management, FAA rules and regulations, and more. I think that's a really good idea, right? I think that's a really good idea. Drone operators and having somebody who can be hired as a drone operator, it's a very good skill to have. And something that you can genuinely become an expert in the field at, something that you can make money on, something that you could become... yeah, become excellent at. Now, I'm not sponsored by Raycon. Yet. But, I actually was kind of hoping to talk to somebody in marketing and ask, hey, what do you have to do to get sponsored by Raycon? I know I'm not near that threshold yet, but I was curious. But yeah, they had a booth there. They had some of their new product lines out, and I personally don't think that they're top of the line. I haven't used them myself, but I've seen so many similar products to it. I've seen dozens of products very, very similar to Raycon's, and I don't know what their big deal is. And they were too busy to talk to me, so I'm not sponsored by them right now. Oh, IO Gear has a gaming line out. Remember IO Gear? They're still around, and they have gaming peripherals now. Again, just looking for distributors, looking for people to help sell their stuff, but honestly, it seems like a decent set. Yeah, it's a decent mechanical keyboard. It's a simple optical RGB mouse. And I think that it would be a very good quality line for somebody to pick up. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. Haven't we seen that mouse before? Isn't IO Gear just rebranding one of the other companies that's actually at CES right now? Isn't IO Gear actually just selling the exact same LED mouse that one of the other companies from Shenzhen is at CES right now trying to say, hey, I wonder if anybody in North America wants to sell our product. Weird. Funny how that works. You know, probably just a coincidence. It's probably nothing. Alright, I'm gonna have to adjust the audio on this one instantly. It's not surprising they sell the same... Yeah, exactly. I guess it's gonna be audio check here. Send me into... Okay, that they had some of the booths have fancy things to try to get your attention, to try to get you to buy from them. That one had a Plinko, and they're like, "Hey, here, you won these headphone jacks." Like, cool. I don't have any devices that care to use a headphone jack. I haven't had a headphone jack product for a hot minute. But hey. they're getting rid of old stock that way. I respect it. There's a drone under here. Ocean drone. Look at these things. These drones are good to 150 meters deep. And they have photographs, they have optional arms that can pick things up, and are priced very reasonably. Like they have a non-pro version. This smaller one here is something that you could buy and go downstairs with. Like, you know, just go underwater and do cool stuff with. Like, that's awesome. Playing Subnautica? Yeah, exactly. This is not unlike the thing you would find in there. And yeah, that's really cool. And that's really the summary of the stream, right? The summary of the stream is, hey, look at this cool thing. Look at this cool thing. Look at this cool thing. Like, that's really what we're doing here today, right? That's what we're doing here. There's more drone operators selling more drones. This company here, I mean, I'm not going to show a whole lot of this one because there's not a whole lot to say, other than it's another drone operator, and there were a handful of them, and I like them. But this one, however, this one I want to talk about. Look at this absolute albatross of a drone. This thing's wingspan is bloody enormous. And you can use what's on the table there for a point of reference. This drone had such a big wingspan and could fly so high that you definitely need clearance, aviation clearance for it. You need to get a lot of clearances for this. This is the kind of thing that you would usually expect to sell to a military, right? This is more of a military-grade hardware, in my humble opinion, than something that you would buy as a consumer. This is not something that you would go out and fly on a weekend for fun. But if you wanted to do an aerial through of the Grand Canyon for your shots in a movie, this is the kind of product that you might use. If you want to use, very high footage to scout out a region or to map out a border dispute or something of that nature, this will go high enough and will go far enough to be able to get you places, and that's an interesting direction for a drone to go. Yep, with a gimbal-mounted camera that is controlled remotely by the device. That's actually the controller right in front of it. This right here is actually the controller, and the screen showing the whatever the camera has. And they have the various other options for the gimbal to have different camera types, different aura lenses, different whatnots. So a lot of customization available for it too. Pretty impressive in my book. Pretty impressive in my book. There was the Sony booth, but like, Sony's like, here, look at our new PS5s. I'm like, cool. Are they actually in stock? Can anyone actually buy them? No, they can't. No, you can't. Like, oh, okay. Fine. I don't know. I'm unimpressed with Sony's booth because I didn't see anything there that was going to be readily available. Does that make sense? I didn't see anything there that was impressive. Here's another car picture. Do you guys like cars? Do you guys care about cars? Are cars interesting to you guys? I can't talk intelligently about cars. I just can't. I have no intelligent comments to make about this cars other than what do I got? They have 3 screens, and one of them has a preview for, that's Venom, right? So I guess they're encouraging you to watch movies while you drive, which honestly makes sense. If you're gonna be stuck in the car for a couple-hour drive, you might as well watch a movie. That makes sense to me. I'm fine with that. That's all I got. I have nothing else to say. There's literally nothing else about the car here that I can make an interesting comment on. But hey, it's a car. You think cars are interesting? Okay. You like when cars have new technology, but yeah, I kind of agree. I think that cars can't... Cars are just so focused on utilitarianism for me. Like, a car is for moving stuff. A motorcycle is for having fun. But I do respect the people who respect cars, you know? There are people who are super into cars, and while I'm not one of them, I definitely took car pictures in case you guys were. And on the topic before about this being an industry convention and trying to reinforce that idea, IEEE was there. Who is IEEE? It's the Institute of Electrical and Engineers, Electronics Engineers. It's a tech organization. It's a brand, yeah. This is the kind of thing that most people will overlook, but that's the kind of thing that CES sometimes is there for. It's a lot more fancy to look at big speakers and then, wow, that speaker is completely submerged and is IPX7 waterproof. Cool! Like that's a lot more cool. That's a lot more catchy, right? This is, you know, big fancy speakers and waterproof speakers is... It has a bit more bombast to it. It has a bit more catch to the eye. Let's see. So can someone explain to me why you need an electronic sleep mask? Because the guy couldn't really explain it in a way that made sense to me. Like, this is an electronic sleep mask. This is a sleep mask that uses pulsing lights, which would definitely keep me awake, fall asleep to dimming blue or red lights. Like, cool. If there's a blue light, I'm not falling asleep. If there's a red light and is doing anything getting brighter or darker, I'm not falling asleep. So I don't understand the kind of person that this is a target market for. I don't understand who would get benefit out of this. To upload your dreams to the metaverse. There it is. That's gotta be it. Perfect. Oh my goodness. I genuinely don't understand it. Like, why can't they market something that's more logical? Something that's just, you know, more sensible. Something that's more reasonable. Like pet sound therapy systems. Like, this I think we can all get behind, right? It's a sound therapy system for your pet. You might be thinking, what makes this a pet sound therapy system as opposed to the normal sound therapy system that I definitely own and use for sound therapy? Well, you see, it doesn't actually go at, like, outside of human frequencies. It plays classical music for your pet to calm them. It can do some white noise generation. Yeah. A pet sound therapy system. Because you know who needs sound therapy? Your pet. It is a cool niche to fill. It is kind of a cool niche to fill, but at the same time, it's also very absurd. It is kind of ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous. Much unlike, wait, what is going on here? What are we doing? Oh, you need your phone, Vivu, and you. What are you supposed to do? Wait, okay. Pee on a stick and connect your wearables to track your body. Okay, so this is a thing that you pee on, and then you upload your pee to the cloud. That way your cloud can be pee compatible, and you can use that information for... Okay, perfect. Yeah, this is definitely the technology we need. This right here, we need these right now. I mean, what would you do if you didn't have... If you have your phone and you, then all you need is Vivu to connect your wearables to your pee. See? It's really all you could hope for. It's a health tracker for your piss. I can't. I just can't right now. It's too much. Why? Okay. We're moving on. We're moving on to something. Oh, this guy here. Okay, I gotta talk about this guy. So this guy here is lifting weights. And the weights have motion sensors on them. And the weights can tell how they're being lifted. The guy who was in the background was like, oh my gosh, look at that. The sensors is, you don't have any sensors on you. But our sensors are showing what you're doing and how well and how accurately you're raising your arms. How can it do that? And I was like, because you have motion sensors on the barbells. That's it. You have motion sensors that cost 84 cents a piece. You have 2 of them on each barbell, and you're sending that information by Bluetooth to a computer that parses the data and translates it into a Unity model rig. That's it. I mean, it's kind of cool, but I'm not impressed cool, but it's cool that you do it. So, sure. If it helps you exercise and it helps you establish how your exercise works, by all means, there's nothing wrong with it. But this guy was hyping it up as though it were some mystery of nature that they solved. It's like, mate, It's not that much. Wii Fit Plus. But what about wearable light? What if you, my dear viewer, could cure acne by taping a flashlight that points directly at your face? What if you, dear viewer, could experience drug-free pain relief, accelerated soft tissue recovery, improve your muscle performance, reusable light patches? That doesn't parse the same way. Well, with self-care at home and a digital health app, because of course it has a digital health app, by pointing a flashlight at your face. With lights, yes. But, yeah? Sure, why not? You know, if somebody gains effectiveness out of this, then more power to them. It doesn't work for me. I don't think it works in general, but you know what? If someone out there gets a value, then I respect it. Now, these people, on the other hand, claim to have a cure for tinnitus. Now, that's exciting for me, because I have tinnitus. My ears are basically always hearing a single note. I have a single note constantly on play 24/7. It's not overbearing, it's not like I can't hear other stuff, but yeah, I did a hearing test, and yeah, there was one particular tone that I could not hear. Because it was the same tone as my tinnitus, and it drowned out the tones that they were doing it. So this was interesting to me. They are selling a product that theoretically can clean up tinnitus. Yeah, we're in the health and wellness section now. There's a lot of very healthy components in here. Let's see. What do we have? My Hixel, what is that? It's a... what's going on here? This is a... What is that for? What does that do? What is... We bring... Oh! Okay, moving on. What? It's basically a thing that exists. Don't worry about it. Okay, what do we have here? This has got to be better. This is going to be much better. This is a flex spine brace. So this is a brace for your back. Okay, that looks comfortable. Can we talk about this lady here, though? Can we talk about how comfortable that looks? Because it doesn't look comfortable. It looks actually quite atrocious. I don't know what this is supposed to do. I don't love my spine, and if this thing worked, then you know what, it would be worth it. But I don't understand what's going on, and there was nobody at the booth. There was nobody there. They had just gone off to lunch and left their products there, so I'm like, okay. Cool. Sure, why not, I guess? I don't know what it is. I was gonna ask. I was really curious. I want to know how that helps spinal health, and I want to know if it would help me, because my back hurts and I feel bad. But, no one was there, so I'll literally never know. Yeah, it's asymmetrically balanced. Like, that should be bad for your back. I can't imagine that helping. I genuinely don't know. I just giggled at this one because it says piss off. I think it's using a spectral analysis for urine. It's basically a urine test that doesn't need to actually touch anything. You just pee into the toilet, and it can basically administer a drug test just by peeing into the toilet without actually collecting it. I don't know how accurate it is, but it seems kind of neat. Kiku actually has a really cool idea. This here is a bed, and they have strips under the bed that diffuse the heat. So when you're lying in bed, it keeps the mattress below you from heating up specifically, which is very cool. Like, I mean, you know, literally cool, but it's also very interesting. So they gave a little test here, and they had two panels, both with an aluminum backing, and I put my hand on each panel, okay? I put one hand on each panel, and the one panel on the left heated up like normal. It just sort of like, you know, warmed up to the to my hand temperature. The one on the right stayed the same temperature no matter how long my hand was there. And I kept on waiting. I kept on waiting for the metal, because it's a conductive metal surface. Obviously, it's going to keep warm up to body temperature after, like, you know, 10 seconds or so. It's just going to happen, and it didn't. It diffused the heat, so that there was no heat buildup at all. It still felt cool the entire time. It's like, that's brilliant. That's really, really cool. The company is called Kiku, and I genuinely want to look into this, because heck yeah, that's brilliant. I love it. But really, dare you sleep? Dare you even attempt sleeping in the dome bed? Dare you sleep in the dome bed? Do you have what it takes? Do you have it in you to sleep in the dome bed? What if you could fall asleep and ponder? Okay, I don't actually have anything interesting for this. It's just a sleep by numbers mattress. Like, it's not actually anything impressive, but the layout was so absurdist that I had to take it. Alright, so we're in the health and wellness, and what do we have? Oh. Wait, is that... What? Oh. Oh, okay. That's exactly what you think it is. That's exactly what you think it is. I'm not going to play it again. If you missed it, that's too bad. It's not coming back. We're moving on. Yep, that's the thing. This is a breath ketone tester. Aw, thank you for the gift subs. Thank you very kindly. Now, I am in ketosis almost all the time. Okay, if Zeth didn't see it, because he was gift subbing. Because Zeth was gift subbing, I'll play it one more time. This is a thing that's happening. It's yeah, that's a thing that's happening. Okay, we're done now. We're moving on. We're moving on. This is a breath ketone tester. Okay, we're talking about a breath ketone tester now. This actually is supposed to be very high quality, a high grade breath ketone tester. You're sorry you asked. And this is supposed to be as accurate as urine or blood ketone testers, which honestly seems like a great idea. Because it used to be, back when I went on the keto diet, that you had to test you with blood to get an accurate number. Because urine will not be accurate after like 6 months of keto, because, well, your body just doesn't eliminate as many ketones as it used to, because it uses it more effectively. And that's kind of, you know, great. If they're actually getting good and reliable numbers from a ketone tester, that's fantastic on breath. It costs more than a couple nickels though, so. Now let's see. We're still in health and wellness, so let's see if we have anything that's a little bit less wild. Okay, we need to keep things a bit family friendly. We need to keep things a little bit. Wait, what is? Oh, it's a body temperature monitor. Of course, this is a body temperature monitor. This monitors your body temperature by putting the band around your midsection. It's accurate, continuous, and non-invasive according to the literature. and it's used to keep your body temperature as measured while you're running around. See, makes sense. I don't know what else it would have been. It makes a lot of sense. In fact, I can't even imagine what else it could possibly have been. You know what? We're just going to keep moving. We're going to keep it moving. Why does it look like that? You know what? Sometimes it's best not to question these things. Sometimes you just don't worry about it and you keep on... It's fine. It's just fine, okay? Now, this is a cool device. Yeah. This is for hospitals or elderly individuals who have difficulty standing up on their own. You install this over the toilet. This replaces the toilet seat. And it has buttons that raise you up so that you can get off the toilet without medical assistance, without a nurse helping, without a nurse's assistance. That's very cool. I think that that's actually fantastic. And yeah, is it something I'm going to be buying? No, absolutely, of course. But like at the same time, I love the fact that this exists. The fact that this gives somebody who might not have the independence to stand up out and and sit down on the toilet and then have the ability to stand up and get back into a wheelchair. This gives somebody that power. This gives somebody an independence that they would not otherwise have. And I think that there have been other similar things, but this is electronic. This is fully electronically operated. So even if you don't have muscle mass, you still can have that level of freedom. I think they said around $1,500 US dollars, which honestly for medical equipment that's not terrible. Like for a medical grade thing that can lift 300 kilo, that's not a terrible price point. I mean, it's expensive, but I mean, you know. Okay, this next one deserves a dramatic reading. Are you guys ready for a good old dramatic reading? Are you guys ready for this? Because I'm not ready for this. Okay, let's go. Hold up. 2022 Moon is a cryptocurrency. Nobody knows what will happen in the upcoming blockchain world. However, our goal is to create value in this world first, make people dream through GameFi, secure contracts using NFT, and eventually establish Metaverse Union to put mankind on the moon and in space. They did not elaborate on how this would work. They did not elaborate on why this would put mankind on the moon and space. That was not clear. That was not clear at all. No, this is just a new cryptocurrency. This is just another cryptocurrency. That's it. It's just another cryptocurrency. It's not about you in the front mirror. It's about the unknown individual. But what is... Like, look at this. Look at this copy here. Look at this copy. Hydrate. Wait, did I get a redeem? I did get a redeem. Okay, sippy sip. Ow. Ah, good call. That was smart. Yes, and oh yep, Metaverse. There is a Metaverse reference here, so that is another drink for the drinking game. It's not about you in the mirror. It's about the unknown individual. However, it would become... Why? Act with passion. You can't even imagine how fast the night... Wait, what? Oh, this nightless. I read that as nightius. Like, what? You can't even imagine how fast this nightless crypto market is running. But we are the fastest in the league. Maybe it's the speed... Whoa, wait? What? Excuse me? Okay. I didn't actually read any of this copy before. I did not. I just took the picture of before. Okay. Where is this? What are the possibilities of cryptocurrency? This is the national currency and one of the world's largest asset value. You can buy a vehicle, even buy a cheeseburger. We might even be able to go to space now? What? Why would this... Okay. Can someone explain anything? Can someone explain any of this? Because I can. They were giving away $20 of their new crypto coin. They were giving away $20 worth of this 2022 Moon crypto coin for free because it's a pump and dump scam. It's a pump and dump scam being advertised at CES, guaranteed. I mean, if anybody from this like legally, I can't say that. But I can think it very loudly though. Okay, like. What are you doing, mate? What is going on? Okay. We need to go back to health and wellness. We need to go back into health and wellness. Just to get a cleanse of the palate. Just to get outside of that again. Oh, it's adorable. Oh, that's so cute. Look at his little face on it. You put it on the ceiling. You put it on the ceiling of a movie theater and it disinfects all of the seats. You still need to clean it, but you actually can disinfect all the seats in the theater at once. Oh, that's adorable. Oh, that's actually wonderful. Okay, good. I needed this. It's friend-shaped. It is exactly friend-shaped. Oh, thank goodness. I was afraid I was going to be angry. I was afraid I was going to be angry about things for a while. It's now everything's going to be compass mining. Now everybody can mine Bitcoin. Everybody could already mine Bitcoin. Why? Why are you like this? What do you do? What makes you special? Everybody could already mine Bitcoin. This is not new. There's nothing that you're doing here that's new and exciting. What is your innovation? What is your technology? Congratulations. You can with this software, you can put make something mine Bitcoin. You can already do that. That's a thing. Like, no, we don't need. Okay, it's fine. I'm not against Bitcoin in general. I'm not against cryptocurrency in general. But like, come on. Like, come on. When it comes to ice-cold crypto storage solutions, you can have it simple, safe, and secure. Pick 3. That's right, pick 3. Not pick 1. They say pick all 3. Because what they sell is a service that gives you let's see, it's a 3-factor security. So it has a biometric, which is just a thumbprint scanner on the back of your phone. It requires you to have a key, which is just a prox card. It's just a little it's the same technology used in the Amiibo. And you have to have a password. It's like, okay, sure. Why not? Fine. You want to make it with extra security? I'm fine with that. But more importantly, you were giving away tumblers. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend that I didn't take a tumbler. Because, dang it, I'm taking a tumbler out of this. If there's nothing else that I get out of this part of the conference, I have a tumbler now. I have something to keep my drink cold. I'm not drinking out of it right now, but I could. But really, it can't get any worse than that for crypto, right? At least crypto can't fall any deeper. At least we've reached the bottom of crypto, and it's all uphill from here. It's all going to be, oh no. No, what? No, we don't win NFTs. What? No, we don't need to do this. We don't have to be here. NFTs that we've created, gambling apes, angry apes, party grandpa. I'm sorry, what? Did you say party grandpas? Perilous astro babies. What are astro? Why are you like this? Why are you doing this? This is the most engaged post will win a free rare, and all NFTs are rare. That's literally the point. Every single one is supposed to be unique. What is a rare NFT? What makes one NFT rare? It's from an upcoming collection? Why? But anybody can already mint an NFT. It's like, it takes 20 seconds. This doesn't need to be here. You didn't need to do this. You didn't need to do this. Please, no. No, no, we don't have to. We don't have to. No. We can. Stop. Just stop. It doesn't have to be like this. We can move on. We can live in a world where we don't need integrated project management and risk insurance on an NFT gambling site. Yo, can we talk about the phrase risk insurance? Can we talk for just a moment about using the phrase risk insurance on what is quite literally an NFT and meta? So drink again, NFT and meta. So That's another reference to the metaverse. No more bidding. Platform finds the best projects. Projects? But NFT projects? Wait, NFT freelancing? So you're freelancing an NFT? That's like a commission with more steps and less rainforest. And risk insurance. Please, why? No. No. Just take all of your crypto things and just toss them in the crypto pool. Just toss them directly into the water-cooled crypto block. Not in the don't use the water cooler on them. Just toss them in the water block itself. Just put them directly in here. Just get it done with it. It's not actually going to be. It's not going to save things. It's not going to make the world a better place. It's not going to. Oh no! What do we have? Oh, it's immersion. Oh, yep. There we go. Immersion cooling. So you can just dunk the crypto. You can just crypto dunk. Crypto dunk sounds like the worst webcomic name. It's fine. It's fine. We can get through this together. We can get through... Oh, no. The real metaverse. Not the fake metaverse that Facebook is doing, I guess. This one claims to be the real metaverse. Oh, gosh. We better pay attention to this one. Omniscape. Transmirror.com. Connecting people and places. Virtual goods. 3D NFTs. Oh, why? But the NFT is just the token. It's just the link. That there's no, a 3D NFT is no different than a 2D NFT, except the link goes to an FBX model instead of a JPEG. That's my drink. This is why are we like this? Why are we doing this? Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Are we safe now? Are we safe? Oh, good. Oh, we're safe now. Okay. Okay, now we have the first salt ion solar generator. That's good. That's good. That's cool. That's positive. Okay. There you see, Jade. The tree they burned down. Oh, the tree was in 3D. Oh my gosh. I'm getting so hydrated. Oh my goodness, why? Okay, no, it's fine, it's fine. We're into the green section, which is the opposite of where we were. So we have salt ion, or just sodium ion, I guess. Solar panels, which is great. That's fantastic. I love it. That's the palette cleanser we needed. We needed that. We can't go back. We can't go back. We need something less creepy. We need something less terrifying, okay? We need something that's going to be just... Hi there. How you doing? You come here often? Tell me about yourself. Okay. So this is an Android. Apparently, it actually can go upstairs. The guy said it could go anywhere, and I giggled until it meets a staircase, and he said, "No, this can climb stairs because the wheels are actuated and have locking mechanisms. This thing can actually go up staircases." You, with a VR headset and VR hand trackers, can walk around anywhere else where your robot is. So you can have your robot in another location, and you can be in VR looking through the robot's eyes and controlling its hands. Now, there'll be a little input delay, of course, but... Jade, you said less... It is less creepy. This is much less creepy. It's perfectly fine. Now, this also does do something pretty cool, I gotta say. They had pictures of it, there were videos of it, making food. Like, actually taking a pinch of salt and putting it into a recipe. Actually using a knife. Okay, I will admit, seeing this thing using a knife, a little scary. But, it was chopping a tomato, dicing a tomato, and it was actually doing that effectively. Yeah, for people who can't leave their house for health reasons, or for people who need to be on site in another country, or and still be doing manipulating with detail work. I wouldn't want this thing operating on me, but for a expert for repairing like a superconductor rig, you could technically use this and not have to fly somebody across the world twice, right? There's a potential here. There's a lot of potential work that this thing can get done, and I like that. You think the robots could have looked more like robots than people? Yeah, that's fair. I think this thing is very cool. I actually genuinely do like the idea behind it. There's a lot of good accessibility features that this thing can give you. Let's see here. This thing is nice. This, one moment, thing is a pretty cool bike. Now, this is a cool e-bike. This e-bike has a range of 100 kilometers and can go up to 50 kilometers an hour, which is not a small amount. The design is solid construction. It has all the features and functions. It still functions as a pedal bike. It looks great. There's only one problem. There's only one itsy bitsy teeny weeny problem. And that problem is that they're asking $3 kilodollars for it. Like, it's a cool bike and all, but like, my motorcycle cost me $3K. My full motorcycle that can go at 90 miles an hour can cost me $3K. $3K is way too high for an e-bike. That's just not a reasonable price. That's not a reasonable price for somebody to use to commute to work, you know? And at least my motorcycle gets 70 miles to the gallon. It's not green, but I mean... But we need more cute robots, right? We need more cute robots. We were just talking in chat about how the robots weren't cute enough. Well, how about this guy? Look at that lad. Look at that absolute lad. Tell me that isn't the coolest bartender you've ever seen. Tell me that isn't amazing. Like, that's pretty sweet. And yeah, it actually does mix drinks. It actually does. I mean, it didn't mix alcoholic drinks inside the convention center. Shame. But... But that is a drink mixing robot, and then this little lad down here serves it. It's a football Baymax. Like, how can you not love this? How this thing is just adorable. I want this thing to make me drinks, and I want this thing to deliver it. I love it. It's genuinely good. I love them both. They're adorable. They're round. They're sweethearts. Like, I would pull up and order a whiskey and tell that bartender my woes, you know? I don't even have woes. I live a wonderful life. I would make up woes to tell that bartender. That's how much I like that robot. Oh, good, good, good. We needed some more wholesome in here, right? Like, we needed more good things. Ah. Alright, so let's keep on moving on with some more good things. So we have here... Whoosh. This little thing. This little thing is actually a bigger deal, like, the more I thought about it. Wait, hold up. There you are. This little lad here is a snow-blowing robot. It's a Roomba for snow. And when I first thought about that, my mind said, okay, whatever. It's a Roomba with a snowblower. That's not a big deal. But the more I thought about it, the more impressed I was. There's so many variables involved here, right? Like, this thing has to work in extreme cold environments. This thing has to work and deal with a layer of ice. This thing can't use its treads for positioning, because when you're pushing over snow, you're going to be shifting your direction. It's going to be putting you offline. This needs better metrics for positioning and angles than a regular Roomba does. This thing is blocking its own line of sight and potentially covering its own line of sight in its general and intended operation. This thing is actually very impressive to me. initially I was just like, okay, it's a snowblower Roomba, but when I actually thought about all the little details, the details that go into having it do its job, I realized that the engineering that goes into this product is actually really impressive. Like, it's not going to go as quickly, but you can see how narrow they made that spout and how they made it, how they actuated the flap here, so that it can make sure that it doesn't snow up its own sensor array. You can see that the sensor array is raised up so that it doesn't, easily get snowed up, and so that it can go above the snow. You can see that down here, where that has the tank treads, it has the more powerful treads than normal. Like, this is actually pretty rad. This is a lot better than you might think at first glance. And Snoomba is incredibly fun to say out loud. I think that everybody in chat needs to just say that word. Everybody who's watching this on YouTube needs to say that word. Snoomba. Like, it's adorable. I love it. It's fantastic. And this actually is a very impressive product. More than you might think at first glance. Now, this guy here was selling a home hydroponics lab. Definitely for making basil. Obviously, he has basil here. This is a home hydroponics lab designed for making basil. I'm sure of it, because that just makes sense, right? Honestly, seems kind of cool. It connects to an app, which usually I would say why you need to connect to an app, but this thing actually has a perfectly valid reason. It checks the pH levels in the soil. It checks the amount of water that you need to refill. It actually does a lot of things that are app relevant. So honestly, home hydroponics labs, pretty cool idea. I have no complaints about that. Actually, I think that's a very cool idea, and yeah. There we go. Cool little thing. Cool little device. Now this is a home shopper. Sounds like a survival item as well. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, certainly could be. I mean, making your own food, like food security, is very important. And honestly, I think more people should grow their own food in some fashion. Like, even if it is just some basil, you know, make some of your own food. Don't be tied to a non-existent infrastructure that to supply every need, right? So this little thing here is a shopping trolley. Sent you to pick up a snack delivering robot. Well, I have a snack delivering robot right here. Wait, you sent me a picture though? Oh, you did. Oh yeah, we actually had that. We actually showed that one earlier. That robot was actually one of the ones that was actually the robot that was with the bartender. So yeah, that was there. We actually showed that thing. So this right here is a little delivery bot. It packs up your supplies and brings them out to you. Zach. Whoosh. 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 This thing is surprisingly deep. Not in the sense that it has a lot of features, in the sense that it has a lot of storage capacity. This device can carry a ton of cargo, and it has a QR code scanner in the front. You can actually see it right here. The QR code scanner is to make sure that only the right person can open it. So you load this up at a grocer, send it on its way, and it'll go through a city and go to the residential address and you know, ping you. And at which point you go down, scan your phone for the QR code. It'll pop open and you can grab all of your purchased items. A lot more. It's electrical. It's a lot more cost effective and a lot more eco-friendly than hiring someone to drive out, or even driving out yourself. If you're in a situation where you could walk to the store or take a bike, you know, like a cargo bike with some storage, you know, some carrying stuff on it, do that. But if you're in a situation where the alternative is driving, which, let's be honest, in Canada and America, that's probably the case. If you're in a situation where the only alternative is driving, this product actually will cover you. This product will actually solve that problem. It's very good for elderly and disabled people who can't make it to the store themselves. That's exactly correct. And, yeah. Let's see. The FAA showed up. Like, the FAA actually had a booth. They genuinely just had a booth about shipping supplies internationally. Which is fine and cool. Here's a robot. It's a snack picker. It goes through a tray, finds the snacks, picks the snacks. So you can have snacks. What more could you ask for, right? Little snack picks. Where are they? There, yeah. Oh. I don't really understand a whole lot about what this is supposed to be doing. Like, I don't actually get what they're going for and why it won an innovation reward. It grabs things by a vacuum picker, and I don't know why that's exciting, because vacuum pickers have been around for a very long time. But it's pleasant, it's cute, and here's a cool bike. Look, not every Segway can be gold. Not every Segway can be perfect, right? Not every single Segway can be ideal. But here's a couple of neat bikes. These are all electric. They all effectively have the same size capacity and the same range of about 100 kilometers before battery empty. I wish that these had a pedal system as well, but instead you can use them as a scooter and push with your feet. So there is a backup. There is a backup for it. I like the pedal bike versions better. And yeah, they're adorable. Like, they're pretty great. The white one is also really cute. And honestly, the tripod design makes sense. You know, the 3-point design, 2 in the front, 1 in the back, really does make a lot of sense mechanically. But you know what? In response to all these cute little serving robots, what about this lad? Look at this lad. Just look at this wholesome lad holding up a screen. What is he doing on the screen? Does it really matter? Look at the lad. It's a delivery robot. This is actually one of the companies that makes the one that that we saw earlier. And it just provides a display. It can provide help desk information. It's a touchscreen display, so you can provide, ordering information. There's actually a lot of things that you could do with this. You could buy tickets from it if you were in a theater setting. You could buy order your lunch if you were in line or like at a park. There's a lot of service applications for this character. And he's just a little happy little lad. Look at the little guy. He's having a good time. He just wants you to see what he's holding up. Look at him. Oh, I like him. He seems nice. There we go. This right here is a self-cleaning food stall. I giggle at the big clean zone, virus-free zone. It just seems so corny. But what it does is the overhead system here floods the area in UV light periodically. So in between clients, in between customers, the area does get disinfected. It gets a UV disinfected, which honestly is one of the better ways to do a quick and automated disinfectant. So really simple. We're getting a good way through the day, and I needed to have some food. So I had a traditional American lunch. Now, various booths were offering, some food, some candies, some stuff. And a couple of booths went above and beyond. One had an apple, one actually had a beef stick, which, like, honestly, thank goodness. And this saves me from having to go out to the food trucks. And yeah, no, I am a carnivore. I will occasionally go and have non-carnivore food, depending on the situation, depending on the you know, I'm off my diet for this week. Those Cheetos are the worst. Those are the worst things I've ever eaten. That is one of the worst things that has gone into my mouth in a very long time. The flavor shots, flaming hot ass. First of all, it's the most American thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I swear to heck. Imagine Cheeto flavored cereal. Now spill some hot sauce on the Cheeto flavored cereal. It wasn't like the consistency was the worst. Honestly, this is a normal lunch. This is what most people eat, I assume. I guess. I don't know. Here's a dash cam. It's a cute little dash cam. They have a handful of different formats of it. They have one that goes into full 1080p. This one is Bluetooth to your phone. They have another one that points back into the car and actually monitors your inside of your car if there's a break-in. I really like this, and the points were pretty inexpensive. I think this one was 80 bucks. I want to say, oh, it was 80 euro. I don't remember how that translates over. Night night, Tori. I think this is a great idea. I honestly think that if you drive, you should have a dash cam. I think there's very little excuse not to have a dash cam if you are driving. Because there's so much liability involved, right? Like, it's so easy for you to get into an accident and then be blamed for it, you know? It's so easy for something to happen that you would be liable for and that you need to prove otherwise. I think that if you drive in a car, you should have a dash cam. I genuinely do. I think that it would just pay for itself quickly enough. And then this company has batteries. And I actually am in the market for a battery like this because I want a lithium-ion battery for my motorcycle. It's a lot lighter, and it holds a charge through winter. Speaking of which, I forgot to put my power charger on my motorcycle for the winter. Whoops! I might need a new battery sooner than I expected. Oh, okay, it's fine, probably. Okay. But yeah, this company makes batteries, especially lithium. They make car replacement batteries, which is also very cool. Because, well, lead batteries are heavy, expensive, dangerous, and batteries in general aren't great. And switching over to lithium is probably a better solution. And here's another vehicle. Again, I know precious little about cars. I don't really understand them. I don't understand the appeal. Can someone tell me the difference between suggestipole and modipole? I haven't the slightest. I don't know, actually. I'm new to this stuff. I thought the modipole was only an option for mods. I thought that was just a thing that mods could do. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out later. They have an entire section dedicated to automotive. Like, I took pictures because things were shiny. This thing is a scooter that runs on electricity and has a sizable storage capacity area. Just a little electric scooter. It's just a little cute thing. I like it. I don't have a whole lot to say about it, but it's fun. Let's see. What else is here that's exciting? Oh, wait. Here we go. Metaverse for mobility. This is where I would explain what this means. I would explain to you what they meant by this. But I can't. It was just on a billboard on a place that was selling electric cars. Did they have electric cars? Yes, they did. They had fairly fancy looking electric cars. Wait. I mean, that's a pretty fancy looking electric car, the electric SUV. I will argue that having an SUV electric kind of defeats the point of having an electric car. Like, if you're going to go for another car, you probably are thinking about, like, the miles per gallon and range equivalencies, which an SUV does. If you're thinking about an SUV, then you're not thinking about those. So I don't understand it, but I also... someone needs to explain me what Metaverse for mobility means. What does that mean? What is going on here? What we need is a Metaverse for computers. Metaverse for your dog. Metaverse for everything. Metaverse for cryptocurrency. Because why not? This is the world we live in. This is what... Okay, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine because there's drones. Look. Look at the fancy cool drone. Look at this thing. This thing is big. Do you want to know how big? I'll tell you how big. This is a full-size Jetsons car. Speaking of which, it's 2022, and George Jetson is going to be born this year, canonically. So yeah, this is actually a flying car. Now, they didn't have the entire thing here. I am being intentionally coy with these pictures here, because the actual cockpit they had... Oh, the arrow's down there. That's what happened. The actual cockpit they had is just this sized. You get this size scaled up. But still, they have a cockpit for a vehicle, and that's good enough to get some venture capital, right? It's a personal helicopter. It's just a personal helicopter, you know, like you do. Perfectly normal things in a perfectly normal world. You know who can afford a personal helicopter? I mean, honestly, anybody. Why? Who couldn't buy that? I guess. I don't know, mate. What else do we got? Look at this little bus. Look at this tiny little bus. It's completely open in the back. Completely. And... Wait. Do I have a way of making this... No. Okay, I have to do it manually. Or if I do have a way of automating it, then I don't know what it is, so I might... So functionally, I don't. Look at this little bus! Look at it, it's cute. It's so cute. It's a fat-faced little bus. It's like a little dog. You just want to hug it. I don't know why it's like a dog. I don't know why I see a dog here. But I want to put floppy ears off the sides. I don't know. But that's just me being weird, I guess. But, yeah, it's a cute little electric bus. And it has a ton of storage space. Because it has no steering wheel. None. No steering wheel. It's entirely automated. It's entirely driverless. And that's cool as heck. I genuinely like this. I genuinely want things to go in this direction. I look forward to cars that not requiring drivers. What else do we have? Oh, here's a fun car. This car has suicide doors. Honestly, can we bring back suicide doors? They look real cool. I think they look awesome. I love how they look. Suicide doors are rad as heck. They're called that because if you open your door and jump out of the car, you die. Look, there might be some design flaws in them, but it looks cool and that's more important. And we need to focus on what's more important. The important thing is that it looks pretty neat. And if we don't respect that, if we don't get the neatness side of things down, then really, what's the point, right? Then why are we doing it if we're not getting the things to look cool? Like, yeah, it's a neat little electric car. It's a neat little car. It's because it got doors that'll murder you, but like that's fine. It's just a little murder. It's cute. I don't know why I don't get this one too. Well, suicide door is actually what they're called. That's actually the proper term for those. Those are actually called suicide doors. Okay. So, this is an autonomous race car. It's an F1 race car without a driver. So, like, I don't know. That seems interesting because F1 is one of those situations where you need to be fully in tune with your vehicle, fully established, and I think that making something autonomous in a race car mode would be very, very peak. Like that's the peak of autonomous driving, right? To be able to use the skill of an F1 racer autonomously. So if this works, and I don't know if it does, if this works, it's actually kind of like the peak of car automation. Like that shows that car automation is ready, in my opinion. Okay, remember that cool little e-bike we looked at before? The one that was 3K? The one that cost as much as my bike? Now look at this thing. It's got a battery right behind the seat, which is actually a really good position. It has the luggage rack. It has the luggage rack. It's not a yeah. You can use it as a push bike. It has all the same features up here. This is half the cost. This is 1,500 euro, whereas the other one was 3,000 euro. This is half the cost of the other one. And honestly, I think it looks just as nice. Like the other one had the green paint job. Like that's the only real difference. I love this thing. This thing's actually great. I genuinely want this thing. I really want it. Yeah, RKS Motor is the company. I recommend looking into it because I was pretty impressed by what they had. Also, there's an entire section that I'm kind of glazing over. There's an entire section of LiDAR. Like, there was booth after booth of various LiDAR solutions, which all looked like this. This is actually one of the nicer ones, if I'm being honest. Which is why I took a picture of it. But yeah, it's just, here is our product. Here is a map of the area in front of us that we have mapped out using our LiDAR. And that green wall in the back here is 200 meters away. It's like, that's actually really good range for LiDAR detection. This is accurate. I could actually see the people walking by and having them appear on here. I guess strictly speaking, that's me. I'm that piece of interference there. Yeah, cool. But there's a whole bunch of those, and I didn't include a whole bunch of pictures of them because, well, they don't photograph well, and as important as they are, as important as all these little LiDAR manufacturers are, they're not flashy, right? They're not cool and impressive like Big Dog is. Yep, that's right. Boston Dynamics was there. And I actually got a picture of Big Dog itself. Or one of it. Here's Big Dog, and here's the human form robot. Look, it's a puppy. He's just a good boy. They're having a good time. They had a demo too, but the demo was super crowded, so I couldn't go in. But I'm just glad they were there. It was just pleasant to see them there, you know? Then I went outside. And outside we had some cool stuff too. This wasn't actually open. This was completely closed. But it's another company to going to space, and you know what? Fine. If people want to go to space, that's cool. John Deere was there, and I was very tempted to ask them when their tractors were going to be safe to buy again, but I didn't. I was good. I stayed good. I didn't actually ask them. I don't know if John Deere himself was there, but this is... yeah. I have opinions. And then, lastly, I think we're actually pretty much at the end, huh? Yeah. There was this. This is another motorcycle, electric motorcycle, completely electric motorcycle. It goes up to 200 horsepower. 200 horsepower on an electric motorcycle that has a range of 300 miles, which is around 500 kilometers. That's ridiculous. That's awesome. Like, that's fantastic. It's a heavy bike. Like, it's really heavy because of the battery, but I think it's fast. It's eco-fast. And it has no gears. Like, that's the thing, right? It doesn't have gears because why would it? It doesn't need gears. You have no use for gearing at all. You just hold on the throttle and you get constant torque the entire way through, and that's awesome. And I even got a close-up of the control. Okay, here's a picture of a guy using it. What? Wait, no. What? And this guy was actually revving it up on the dyno. He was actually opening it up, which is very cool. I've heard that more and more farmers are buying older and less computerized tractors. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, because that way they can work on it, repair it themselves. John Deere also had a couple weeks where they didn't have access to their normal labor force. For reasons that I'm not going to get into here, they were using unskilled labor in all of their factories. Which is kind of a big deal, right? Like, that's not cool. Like, their products made in that time period are not going to be as up to quality, frankly. And I've heard a lot of people say that they want to make sure that they don't buy any John Deere equipment made during that time frame. And yeah, right to repair I think is very important. I genuinely do. Do they put noisemakers or speakers in electric motorcycles if they stay quiet? You can add them. Those are an option. But you don't really need them, honestly. Because a lot of the noise is coming from the tires on the asphalt. Like, the tires on the ground are making a big chunk of the noise. The engine noise is not as important. Loud pipes save lives is a lie. That's not actually how anything works. But yeah, this guy was revving up that bike on the dyno, and it was awesome. And I got a close-up. I actually got to ride it. I actually got to hop onto this thing. And look at the console up close. It has a full TFT display, which is nice. Normal style brake liquids and stuff, and it felt very good. Yeah, so that was the first day of CES, and I think, was there anything else I saw that day? Oh, yeah, no, we're done here for now. I think that's enough of CES for today. I think that this went well. I hope that everybody has a wonderful time. I will be back tomorrow with the Venetian. This was all the Las Vegas Convention Center stuff. So look forward to that. We'll come back tomorrow with with everything that's in the Venetian, including Eureka Park and the Innovation Awards. So look forward to that. I thank you all, and I hope that you all have a wonderful time. Cheers, friends.